Hello everybody and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for Season 5 of the Peak Racing Association. I'm Chris Zitzel, your host for today's event, and 365 days since the last time we were here to open a PRA season. Did I say 365? No, that's 363. Wow, and what a year almost it has been. Season 4 was incredible, and Season 5 is going to be even better. We're only maybe half an hour away from the drop of the green flag here in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I'm so excited to kick off a new season with all of you. I'm here with my co-commentators for today's event, Ally and Euro. How are you guys feeling leading up to the biggest race of the season?
Hello, I'm Ally, and I'm feeling good. It's not really a lot to say.
Fair enough. Race explains itself 150 miles around Daytona, and that equates to 60 laps to open season number 5. We have a full field. One driver is still working on arriving. We have a full field here of some of PRA's best and some of PRA's rookies to settle a race that is highly contested for. There's no race hyped up and this big in all of PRA, and this is one of the biggest events in road racing now, as all season long, all off-season long, drivers are preparing themselves mentally, are preparing their schedules, preparing their teams, their strategies for this event. No other event is this sought after than the Daytona 150. We have a few interviews to get started with, starting with your pole sitter, Carter, and let me TP slam door. Go ahead and walk to your pit box and spawn your car and all that. Let's go ahead and start by interviewing your pole sitter, Carter76. He's a great qualifier here in Daytona, and it just so happens that he managed to, for the first time in PRA history, put a Ford on the pole position. Hey Carter, how are you doing here today?
Man, I'm fired up. I'm ready to get in this race and try and win it. And I also got a bunch of other races, so it's gonna be a long night. But I'm ready here. I'm ready to take on this track, and I feel pretty confident with my ability to lead this pack. So hopefully I can divert traffic and just hold on to this lead here for a while.
Yeah, of course. Now, you are, of course, a PRA champion. Back in Season 2, you won the championship, yet you've never won a Daytona 150. You've never won really any big race. How are you going to try and get it done here tonight in what I believe is your final season in PRA? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm trying my best. I mean, I'm gonna give it all I have tonight and try and come out on top. And I feel like I've really found my rhythm lately in road racing. I've kind of started to understand what to do and moves to make. I feel pretty confident with the season. I feel like I could, if I try enough, I might end up a champion.
A two-time with Napa, possibly. Now, I have one more thing before I turn it over to my co-commentators. You are a former IR Motorsports driver, so you have some experience with working together with leading the pack. That happens a lot at the super speedways with IR Motorsports. How are you going to try and translate that experience to your new ride in the 80 with Uno Racing and try and work with what limited help you may have here in the Daytona 150?
I think it'll be a little different and still a little difficult, but I mean, I'm gonna try my best to work with my manufacturer teammates because, my good friend Zed isn't really with us, so I guess my teammate's never gonna show up. So it's gonna be kind of hard, but I got Napa who's also on a Ford, but yeah, I mean, I'll try my best.
All right, then. Ala, Euro, you have anything for your pole sitter?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right, so So Carter, what's the plan here? Are you gonna stay in line, be smart, stay in line, get that draft, work your way up to the field slowly, or are you gonna be quite aggressive and force your way up there?
I mean, mostly just the plan is to hold on to the lead and try and maintain track position. Definitely, if I need to work my way through the field, I'm definitely gonna look for Beast or Napa because those are two good friends of mine, and hopefully that will help me stay up there.
And one more thing, Carter, you sound nervous. Are you nervous about this?
No, honestly, I'm just really tired.
All right, good luck, boy.
Ally, anything for your pole sitter?
No.
Alright then. Uh, with that out of the way, oh my gosh, I'm doing like 20 different things. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and interview our next driver. First driver to say, E in Roblox chat or in general. Alright, it's gonna be, Aiden. Oh wait, that's difficult. Okay, Aiden into the 21. Let me pull up metal. Let me pull up metal. Because he does not have access to Discord. Has not. Alright. Well, Aiden in the number 21 has won, let's see, he won the Season 3 duels. He has a Super Speedway points win in Season 2 Talladega, and then he has, I believe, an intermediate and a short track win in Season 1 and in Season 4. So he has a pretty broad range of skills. We'll see how that translates to possibly his first ever Daytona 150 win. He's been fighting for this for many seasons now, as I take forever to log on to Metal. Awkward silence. Alright. Let's see, Aiden. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna have to make a new source, actually, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new source. Fun. Audio output capture at source. Sure, whatever, I don't care. Give me just a second. 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 Device. Yeah, sure,
Hello?
whatever. I'm still setting properties. Does this work as I want it to? Does it? That's audio output capture. That's not what I wanted. Let me remove that and try again. Awkward. I was not ready for this. Ha 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 ha. Add a new source instead. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I don't care. Window.
Whoa.
That. Yep. All right. Hey Aiden. How you doing today?
You're from low quality.
Oh, let me turn up that volume. Sorry, repeat that.
I'm doing good. Low quality or no? Cause I'm
You're
using.
good. You're good.
Okay. I'm good. Ready to my four teammates and
Please
my
hold.
drivers. It happens.
Oh
Two.
my. Yeah. All right. This is difficult. All right. You guys won't be able to interview him, so I'll just do a quick interview with him. Cause metal difficult. Blah. Anyway. Can you try and turn up your mic volume a bit? I have you at 100% with the stream on 100%, and it's like quieter than me.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better. All right. Hey, Aiden. How are you doing today?
Okay. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good right now. Just and I'm excited to get started. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So you're starting mid-pack, but in the upper half. You're around a one Ford teammate with another behind and one way up front in Carter. How do you plan on utilizing this? I believe you have a total of 4 Fords competing in the Daytona 150 today. How do you plan on utilizing this? And I want Rich to get back to his car.
Try to work with my team. Try to get up to the front with Napa, and Napa's probably gonna have to get up, and bitches Beast or Max, I can maybe have all the 4 link up, and we'll see what happens. But looking forward to work with my drivers and today.
All right, then, cool. Thank you for your time, Aiden, and good luck in the Daytona 150.
Dude, it
Thank
was
you.
all tags.
And all right. All right. Next person to say A. All right, it's going to be Slamdoor. We're gonna interview Slamdoor, and then we'll turn it over to and then we'll get to the national anthem, I suppose, and we'll get more interviews under caution throughout the race, like at the end of stages or whatever. Anywho, Slamdoor, how are you doing today? You need to unmute.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This number 83 Legendary Foods Ford Mustang here for Ace Alpine Racing. You're just about smack dab in the middle of the field. How do you think that's going to work out for you?
Not entirely sure yet. I'm just hoping I can work with my Ford teammates and make it up to the front and maybe win this.
All right, then, I'll have anything for Slamdoor?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right, Slamdoor. I asked this to pretty much every driver I interview. I did it with Carter just a few minutes ago. So, again, are you staying in line, going smart, working your way up to the field pretty slowly, and just taking it easy, or are you going to be aggressive and force your way up there?
Well, I mean, it depends what time of the race it is. Like, if it's at the start of the race, I'll probably try and work with my teammates, work it smart, stay in one lane, and then once it gets to the end of the race, I'll try and get a bit more aggressive at the end.
All right, thank you, Slamdoor.
All right, then. Let's... Oh, and I'm getting a DM. Yeah, I'll... Hold on.
Please hold.
When I say... Alright. Well then, let's go ahead and get to our pit box here. Well, actually, no, we'll stay on pit road. But... Do-do-do-do. And speaking of national anthem, that was funny. Jet just flew over my house. All right. Yep. Cool. Yep. All right. Well, we're just waiting a few more minutes, before it is time for the national anthem. But but how are we feeling headed as in the closing minutes of pre-race before we start season 5, Ally Euro?
I'm hyped. I'm pumped. I'm ready to see what this season brings to us. New cars, pretty innovative chassis, new drivers, some going, some coming. It will be quite the spectacle.
Right.
This is just like a big day for every driver that made the 150, biggest race in the league, and I mean it's going to be interesting to see um, who can make it up to the pack, who can make the moves, and who can win here at Daytona. So I'm feeling, I'm pretty good today.
Well, all right then. Without any further to do, commentators go ahead and mute and then just stay muted until I say otherwise, I guess. Without any further to do, um, please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem of the United States of America here tonight. And now, as we get ready to go racing here from Daytona Beach, Florida, huge thank you to the virtual Roblox F16 Viper Demo team for coming out here tonight for that flyover. And you can unmute now. Let's get is Yikes in here? Probably not. Yikes probably isn't in here. Alright. Let me send him the link. join, and I'm gonna move Yikes. Alright then, without any further to do, let's head to our pit box and let's get Yikes in here for the command. And then I'll make sure he's unmuted. And I'll TP him. TP Yikes. Alright, there you are.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Just stand and, like, face towards the limiter-ish, or, like, towards turn 1 or something, I don't know. Yeah, like that, yeah. Just stand right there. Alright. Turn up that volume. I hope everyone's ready. And... need to make sure that's there. Alright. And now for the command, and now for the most famous words in motorsports, presented by 2024 Jackal Racing Cup Series champion, Yikes Piano.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
"14 engines get started up here in Daytona." Yikes came out on very short notice to come and do the command here. And technically, I guess, counts as a VIP spectator, along with all members of the F16 demo team that want to stick around. Set your numbers, last warning to do so, and let's get this show on the road. 60 laps of action, pace speed 90, single file. Go ahead and roll off standard procedure. And let's get your starting lineup here in the Daytona 150. Patrono, why are you sitting there? Bad. Did he leave?
Yeah, I couldn't find him on the spectate thing. I think
Yeah,
he
let me
left.
TP him. TP rip. Go ahead and respawn your car if you don't mind. Alright. Yikes. I'm gonna temp mod yikes. Just so you can use the watch command if you want to watch. Go ahead and mute, though.
Okay.
Alright, then. Well, let's get your starting lineup here from the Daytona 150, the Daytona International Speedway. In row number 1, sitting on the pole position, is Carter 76, Season 2 champion. That number 80 for Uno Motorsport, for Uno Racing. And to his outside is the one of Beast, a one-time PRA winner, his lone win coming at Season 4, New Hampshire.
In row number 2, we have dual number 1 winner, Patrono, the rookie, and the 24 of Core, your dual 2 winner.
In row number 3, we have Rich in that number 88 machine for IR Motorsports, and next to him is Aiden in that number 21 machine.
In the next row back is the 83 of Slamdor for Ace Alpine Racing, and the 73 Season 4 runner-up, that's DB. And behind them is the 99 of Napa, your two-time defending PRA champion, and the 74 of Storm for Savage Motorsports.
And behind them as well is Ethan J Designs in that number 11 machine in my own team. And behind him is his manufacturer teammate, Kirby, in the number 60.
And rounding out your field here today is the 31 of Max Blugio, and subbing for two-time Daytona 150 champ Real. This is the first time he doesn't make the 150. That's Vaughn. He drives the 93 for IR Motorsports. He's helping out a teammate here tonight. Without any further to do, 60 laps here in Daytona. right around the corner. Let me turn off race mode and back on. All right.
Guys, it will for sure be a fun one here at the Daytona International Speedway. 60 laps, 150 miles. Anything could happen. It's Daytona. It's so unpredictable, and that's what makes Daytona Daytona.
Yup. And we are just about one lap away from the drop of the green flag to start off season number 5. Stage 1 is 15 laps, Stage 2 another 15, that'll end on lap 30, and then it is a 30-lap dash to the finish. Fuel runs are expected to be around 20 laps, so expect pitting at the end of each stage, and at some point mid-stage 3. No Daytona 150 has ended under overtime yet in PRA. Does that change today? We'll have to see. We have a long race ahead of us though, so without any further to do, we shall get this started. The field will be doubling up out of turn number 4. The inside lane on the apron, the outside lane right above so that cars don't slide down. We'll have one lap of silence, lap number 1, and we'll get this show on the road. Predictions for race winner, anybody?
I think we could see. Let me think for a second here. I think somebody from the back. I think the Euro's pick for Duel 2, Kirby, can win here in Daytona.
Euro?
Well, not to be biased here, but I think my own driver, Ethan J Designs, will get it here today. Did well in his own duel. I believe he was in duel number 1. Stayed up front for most of the race. Held his position pretty well. Was leading for actually quite a handful of laps. So he is my pick to win today.
Today, I personally think Napa's gonna get it done. 2-time PRA champion, he knows how to get it done when it matters most, and from what we've seen from him, he has been fantastic at the super speedways, but I also wouldn't leave out DB in the 73. But we're out of turn number 4, the field's gonna get doubled up, and there's no more time to be waiting. This is the Daytona 150! And the 5th annual Daytona 150 is underway. And oh, we're already wrecking! But we get back together. A rocky start, but one lap is now complete in Daytona Beach, Florida, and it is very close between Carter and Beast, who started on his outside for the race lead. 2 lanes have been formed up here in Daytona, and right now, Beast controlling the inside, Carter on the outside. The advantage looking like it could go to the outside as we're 3 wide further back. Look at Core in the 24 for IR Motorsports, making it 3 wide here in Daytona. 1 car round further back, that's Max Blugio.
Core's moving forward, but he needs more drafting help. That outside line is really starting to form. Ethan with help from Napa, and you also have that middle lane. Don't forget about them. Patrono, Slam Door, also in there.
We have a 4-car train on the outside. Aiden goes up. Now a 5-car train on the outside. Kirby in 5th. And Kirby was actually at the back. This just goes to show how fast you can cycle through the field here at Daytona. You just got to make the right moves here, as mostly on the inside now. 2 cars outside further back. That is Storm, and I don't know who else. More cars moving up to the outside.
A full 14-car field here at Daytona. For nearly a year, these drivers have not been in that fashion, but they are back and they are ready to get back into their racing form. Carter remains the race leader into turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, and the field's getting
Carter-
into a train. I think they're just planning on riding out a lot of this first stage, these first 15 laps here in Daytona, and seeing exactly how far they can go. There's Karinga getting shuffled out to the outside lane. That Iron Motorsports car is going to be dropping back. Look at Slam Door coming to pick him up, maybe try and start an outside lane. Not everyone seems to want to sit in a train here early in the Daytona 150.
It definitely is a smart move to just train around. You don't want to end up like Max Belugio and end up spinning. So I think it's just smart. Just run it
Whoa!
out. Spinner at Storm. In the back, he's gonna hit the inside wall. But you don't want to. I mean, you don't want to end up like that, basically.
And big contact that was coming to turn number 3. You saw Napa and Rich get together. But in the end, Napa got the best of him. But not now. Napa on the outside line. No drafting help for that number 99 Uno machine.
Now lap number 5 here in Daytona. Beast almost makes a move for the lead. Carter goes up to block. Outside line forming back there. EJ leads them.
Bertrena stuck on that inside line, but no, not anymore. Here comes drafting help from Karinga. Karinga with drafting help from Echo. I'm sorry, Vaughn. Vaughn with drafting help from DB. It's a chain reaction here at Daytona.
And look at this racing. 3 wide throughout the field in nearly a big crash right there. They managed to get it figured out. 4 wide now further back. That's Napa, Rich, Core, everyone getting themselves figured out. Everyone got stacked up, and that was really close now as we file back down to 2 lanes. Look at Vaughn in the 48 leading that outside lane with help from his Iron Motorsports teammate of Core.
And these drivers are really trying to get it together in the back of the field here. Just can't quite do it. They're going 2x2, 3x3, 4x4 for a second there in turn number 3. But they got it sorted out, and they're back to normal form.
On the inside of Carter getting help from Slam Door. Beast is the new leader of the Daytona 150. And DB is stuck in the middle. He's gonna go to the back. There are 5 wide back there. Did I say Beast was stuck in the middle? I meant to say DB.
Carter hanging on for dear life on that outside line. He has help from Petrono, but Petrono switches to the inside lane. Carter with no drafting help on the outside, but here comes DB.
And such a quick change of events now. Carter getting shuffled all the way to the back, and that leaves Beast, who started on his outside earlier today, now leading on lap 7 of 60 in stage number 1.
But Beast is not clear of his worries just yet. He still has Slam Door charging up the outside line to worry about. He also has Ethan coming up there. He also has Aiden just right behind him. Multiple drivers are chasing down this number 1 machine.
3 wide for second position. Slam Door's gonna fall back. On the bumper, the 99. Oh, I thought they almost spun there. 4 wide, nearly. Enter turns number 3 and 4. Still a 4-car train out front.
And would you look at this right now? That's Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy. Currently the top 5 all in a line here. And look at Storm trying to change that in the 74. But he has no help. And all of a sudden, a lot of the field has just switched up to double file. Look at Core on the outside. If this outside lane can get linked up, they might not be struggling as much as they are right. Whoa, what just happened? Multiple cars down on the apron. There's Rich in the 88. He's subbing for Red. He just backed out all the way to the back after getting shoved under. It looked like contact with DB in the 73.
Ethan to the race lead earlier this lap, but he had to use his bumper to do it. But nonetheless, he was successful. He still has DB, Vaughn, and Karinga to worry about.
And as soon, yeah, no, somebody else going. I just screwed that up.
Whoa!
Whoa! Contact there. They were 5 wide for a second. I don't even know what the start of that was, but what happens here at Daytona? You think everything's settled down and everybody's safe, but then it just gets crazy.
Beast
Yeah.
Just out of
topside as they
And we saw earlier on the radio, EJ Designs currently in the lead saying, please lift. People are getting really rowdy. Whoa, look at that outside train. That might be something to worry about. But people really aren't lifting. They're bumper to bumper, and that's resulting in a lot more contact than maybe people were expecting earlier in this race. Definitely something to adjust to. Not a lot of cars lifting here early on in stage number 1. Speaking of which, there's only 6 laps left in stage number 1.
that outside line is no match for this powerful inside line. Ethan J Designs continues to lead this race with DB behind him, Patrono third, and Kirby second.
You can see the
Whoa!
shadows in the corner. As the sun progressively goes down, and it should be night by the time the race is over. As we have DB on the inside, Ethan's gonna block him.
Slam door peeking out of the inside of Napa. He wants to pass him, but can't pass him. He has no drafting help from behind. He can only rely off of those 2 cars in front of him.
Look at Patrono getting squeezed up. Patrono, that's a warning. Please don't shove people into line like that. Thanks for backing out, Beast.
Into turn number 1, EJ still leads. I don't know, see. And 3 wide back there for 4th. Kirby is back up into 5th. And see some 2 wide back there. 3 cars on the outside.
And after Carter fell back just a few laps earlier, it seems like he has not been able to recover. Carter currently running in the 10th position and has not been able to gain far past that.
And look at this. They were all single file in the corner, and they're going to keep doing that. 1 car further back is out of line. I believe that is the 80.
DB all over the back bumper of this number 11 machine. He wants to pass him. He needs to pass him for those points as well. Tried to pass him on the outside, fell back. Kirby, the new contender.
Kirby up to the outside. Contact between the 11 and the 60. And Kirby's going to drop back now. 3 wide for 2nd. Napa in the middle. He's going to fall back unless he can get a push on the 80. He's not going to get it.
Now that move on the back straightaway really shook things up. That really, what it really did was just get the middle pack and the back pack more together. Rich leading that middle lane. Slam door also below him, and Kirby hanging on for dear life on that outside line with no drafting help.
4 wide, I believe, for 2nd.
Yeah, we were 4 wide, 2 rows deep. It's
2
Kirby.
rows.
They are not holding back.
Yeah,
There's a gap right there. Anyone can take it. It looks like Aiden could possibly make that inside move, get with that inside preferred line, but he's choosing to stay up there with Napa, Core, and the other 2 cars in the back, Rich and Kirby. You see Carter still struggling in the middle line right there. So disappointing for that number 80 machine. Was on the pole, had a great weekend, did so well, didn't have to attend the duels. He was pretty much set, and everyone had high hopes for him, but clearly isn't performing up to standards.
Yeah.
And
Whoa, and look at the Ace Alpine guys, actually. They just got linked up. They're not anymore, but that was Slamdoor, Napa, and Aiden. All 3 Ace Alpine cars were linked up 1, 2, 3 on that outside lane, as now Aiden's going to push Napa, who also co-owns Slide Job Danny Racing with him, to hopefully get their team back up front. They're staying there, but that's allowed one of the IR cars to separate these Fords. And now Core's also looking to maybe make something work as the outside, huge surge ahead and just clears the inside. Wow, that was impressive. I don't really have any words for that right now.
The surge from the outside really proved well for Napa, now to the race lead, but still has to worry about Aiden, his Ford teammate, Rich, and Core. He still has Ethan, who's been showing love and affection to that inside line for numerous laps now. Napa loses the race lead. Here comes Aiden.
Please stay above the line, guys.
Aiden now leads, and Rich is gonna cycle through to the lead 3 wide as Core is gonna try to take it with a push from the 99 of Napa. Aiden's gonna get back to the outside 2 wide for the lead on this is the last lap of stage number 1.
Yeah, this is for stage number 1, actually. And what an impressive move! Core and Rich now 1-2 in the stage. Can they keep it that way? Rich slides up. Here comes EJ Designs in the 11 trying to steal a stage point. That's what he's gonna do. But stage number 1 is gonna go to Coringa. Whoa!
Ow!
It's gonna be Ethan.
Ethan takes
For
it!
the stage win. As the caution flies, they wreck behind them.
Wow! What a stage finish! And just like Season 4, an incredible finish to stage number 1. Ethan, out of nowhere with the run, steals it from Coringa. He gets 3
Bravo,
points in
Ethan.
stage number 1. Core will get 2. Rich will get 1 in third. No other driver gets stage points. Just those top 3.
The aggression here, you can basically feel it from behind the screen. If you were shown that out of context, you would probably assume it was the last lap. Just the intensity here at Daytona.
It was a massive push from the outside line that shoved Ethan to the stage win. The yellow was out for the first time today. They will head into pit road, or I would assume they head into pit road.
Yeah,
with
pits are open.
based off the field they're having. But this time by Ethan, your stage 1 winner. To pit road they go.
Remember, passing is not allowed under pits, and Napa will be sent to the tail end of the line. I did see him pass in pit road. Did not see that out of anyone else.
All 14 cars heading onto pit road to refuel. Oh! EJ has to back up for Storm. And
Oh, it's gonna be real close. It's gonna be Core first out of pit road. Ethan almost got there. Not quite.
Storm holds up the 11, making him have to back up. And Core will win the race on pit road.
Wow. Alright then.
Ethan is not happy.
Alright then. Well, stage number 1 was really exciting. We're getting ready for stage number 2 here in Daytona. Stage 1 winner, EJ Designs. Let's have a quick interview with him before we go back racing. Hey, Ethan, it's Crimson, the boys up in the booth. You got us?
Hear me right?
Sorry, repeat that.
You hear me right?
Not really. It's really quiet.
You can't hear me?
Ouch. Give me a second. Napa, please special.
Alright then, we're gonna try you again later, Ethan. Alright then, GTT single file restarts. Core is gonna be the control car here in Daytona. Here we go, stage number 2. Green flag's back out. An incredible start for these first two, Core and EJ. Look at the gap that they have compared to the rest of the field. They don't even show up on this camera angle, nor this one. As the field is strung out, but they'll be getting back together here Stage 2 now underway, another 15 laps of racing. Stage 2 will end lap 30 as the sun continues to lower here in Daytona. Karinga for IR Motorsports continues to lead the biggest race of Season 5.
The rest of the field catches up to that 2-car breakaway. That is the problem with breakaways. You never have the proper drafting amount, and you never have the proper drafting amount. So what you really just create is just more competitive advantage and more speed for the package trying to catch you.
Not much happening up front here. Core still leads. We got Napa going to the outside.
As we've just got news that Red has made it to the Speedway, and come the next caution, most likely, we'll be having a driver swap with Rich, who started the race for him in that number 88 for IR Motorsports.
Riding around here as they come off the corner. Now 3 wide further back. But in the corners, they're mainly riding around. Oh,
Sitter, your pole sitter around.
Oh,
And that's multiple cars around. Caution is out. They will be racing back. And they're still wrecking.
More spinning. That's still Carter in the grass. What a chaotic 10 seconds that was. The yellow flies for the second time today.
Kirby up into P2. I don't know where he came from. The core leads down the back. They're gonna enter turn number 3 and 4. I think they might just push core to the line here.
Yeah, not much racing back. Look at Kirby trying to make the move work. Napa's to his inside, but Karinga is going to win the race back. Look at Napa making that surge to P2. Pace speed 90 miles an hour. Ticker's not lying. It's accurate. Do you want Rich to stay in your car, Red?
Move my laptop. My laptop under my bed.
Okay. All good.
My laptop
What
under
storm?
my laptop. My laptop.
You can't be assigned to sub mid-race. Sorry, Storm. So if you have to go, that's it for you. That's your race. It's lag. Try and hold on if you can't. Just go ahead and park it. We'll see. Alright. Pits are open, and Red is not actually going to be swapping into the 88 this time. He wants to wait a little longer, try and get his internet problems solved here in Daytona. Second caution of the day for a chain reaction, starting with Carter sideways in the back. I believe he collected, was that Slamdor, Max Blugio, some others, Patrono maybe? And it looks like Core is going to head into pit road. An interesting strategy, and that really splits up the field. There are now going to be 2 premier strategies. Core in the 24, along with Savage Motorsports ally of DB and teammate of Vaughn. And then Carter and another ally, actually, for Core, that's Storm.
I think what core and the rest of the people coming down pit road this time are trying to do is they're gonna skip pitting at the end of the stage and then pit early in the final stage and maybe try to stretch it. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting strategy. We have not seen a strategy like this in the Daytona 150 that I can recall, so we'll see what this does for strategy.
Okay.
And that, I believe, leaves Napa now with the race lead. Will be green this time. Single file restarts, and your control car is 2-time PRA champion, Napa.
Now, what I really wanted to look at was how this entire ordeal really unfolded. So, um, I'm getting it loaded up. I'll probably explain it in the next couple of laps, but I really do want to go through how this crash happened.
For sure, go ahead. Once we go back green, probably.
They head into the trial. Napa leads the field of 14 cars. Kirby and EJ behind, and we are back green here in Daytona.
And now, this isn't a great jump for Napa. We heard a lot of the field starting to throttle up before Napa actually got in the throttle. That's keeping the field on his back bumper. However, technically, since there was no overtaking and passing, none of that really counts as a jump. And so, we're fine, but that's going to keep the field a lot closer to the two-time champ than the last restart, in which I believe it was Core and EJ got a huge lead. And look at the Toyotas, Kirby and EJ Designs going up, trying to make something work, but just no one's going with them. That's Beast now getting to Napa. That's the Uno Brigade.
I have the
Whoa!
crash loaded up. We're gonna dissect this now. So it was coming just to lap 15. I'm sorry, lap 16. Just after they took lap 16. You saw Rich was on that outside line. Actually, I believe riding the wall. I believe. So exiting the trial.
Whoa! We're doing it again. Here we go.
There's
One car around.
Storm.
Two.
Carter again. Your pole sitter. Bad luck. That's two cars spinning. Caution is out once again.
I believe I think Aiden got into it.
And they're still almost struck in here down the back, and they're really getting under the line. Give each other room, guys. If you're under the line, back out. If you're under the line, back out. As that, I think the field is getting just a little bit too racy for these cars to handle, for the drivers to handle right now. We just saw two of pretty much the exact same wreck in the tri-oval here in the Daytona 150.
And
whoa!
We're just spinning. He saves it. Oh, and there goes.
No, they save it. They save it. We're good.
Well, how did this crash happen? I have it right here. So coming to the 24th lap, you see they're 4 wide in the tri-oval. Kirby, you saw Rich coming up into Kirby on that far outside line, the 4th car. Rich makes contact with Kirby. Due to that contact, Rich bounces back down the racetrack, comes into Vaughn. Vaughn then, just as Rich did, bounces down the racetrack, gets into Carter. Carter starts spinning. Storm gets turned by Patrono, and it's all wrong for the light after that.
Yeah. Pits are open this time by, and over the course of this caution, how about one more time we try and interview Stage 1 winner EJ Designs? Hey Ethan, is Crimson the Boys up in the booth? You got us?
I believe I do. Is it working now?
It's a little louder. What I will do is just go to blimp view for now, since it's quieter. Alright. Hi, Ethan. So you won Stage 1 here in Daytona. Quite a good show for your rookie season, your first race, and you win the first stage of the new season. How you feeling?
It's really good. It's just a matter of, working these lanes and, following whichever lane is going stronger, and all that, but so far it's good for me, yeah.
Rich is swapping this time. Sorry, continue.
Just trying to, follow each lane, make sure, if one lane's going stronger, I'm just gonna go up to that lane, But, yeah, it's going good for me.
Alright, I have something to say. Ethan, I know it's far past the Stage 1 finish and Stage 1 overall, but bravo on that Stage win. You're really showing a lot of love and affection to that inside line, especially that double yellow line, which is really a benefit for these drivers. And not to mention, it's really been the preferred line. Pretty much all race. So I wish you luck in Stage number 2. And yeah.
Go ahead and rejoin VC if you're able to, Ethan.
Give me a second. But yeah, yeah, over to you.
Okay. Anywho. Let's see here. Alright. I believe your new race leader is Nappa. Once again, he's still your race leader, actually. As we're gonna get ready to go back green here. GTT. Alright, green this time here in Daytona for Nappa. Under the lights here in Daytona for stage number 2. We'll be going green with 4 laps to go. We'll see if we can get it done. Here we go. Stage number 2 is almost over. Nappa leads us back to the green flag. And once again, a great start for the rest of the field. They're right there with Nappa, and already a top line starting. That's Slamdoor, Kirby, Vaughn, Storm, and Rich, who I believe this next caution is scheduled to swap with Red.
Slamdoor leads the outside, but he's actually pretty far back. Whoa! I believe that was almost a spin back there from Rich, as the Unibrigade still leads the field here. Big run from Max Blugio and Patrono, and they're still keeping a single file on the inside here. Oh, wait, Nappa might... Oh.
And speaking of Rich, Rich has not had a good race so far. For one thing, he's been the main factor and the main cause of both of these wrecks today, as I did explain. So, and also the fact that he's just not been able to really get up there. It's really
Back
just
out
been,
if you're uncomfortable, guys. Sorry, continue.
only 4 or
Whoa!
5 wide, spinning again. That's Rich. I was just talking about him.
Again! Rich!
They get it back together, no caution.
Wow, wow, wow.
They were 5 wide in the corner, so I think that's what led to it. Patrono and DB on the outside trying to make something work.
5 wide's been the devil today.
Would you look at Patrono and DB dropping all the way back? That was a huge loss of momentum. Out of nowhere. I don't know what happened, but here we go. Coming down to 2 laps to go in the stage for Nappa.
It looks like Nappa, the deal might be sealed unless somebody makes a move. That somebody could be Beast. It could be Max Blugio. It could be Carter. Heck, it could even be Kirby, who is about 4 car lengths back. This is what makes Daytona Daytona. It is so unpredictable what happens at this racetrack.
They head down the back straightaway here, and Nappa still leads. I don't think Beast will jump up if he has the opportunity. They're not teammates, but I believe there's something there. I just don't really have the words for it. They have an alliance, I guess.
Coming here to the white flag in the stage. This is it. Stage number 2. Can afford win it. In Nappa, your 2-time defending PRA champion. White flag in the stage, and around in the back goes Max Blugio. What a save. He gets it back together, and under the line goes Beast. If you're under the line, back out. And the round goes Nappa!
Right in the face of the field. Saves it, but gives his position to Beast. Help from Vaughn is coming.
Nappa, don't squeeze. That's a warning.
Oh my goodness. 3 wide.
What a turn of events in turns number 1 and 2. That will pretty much seal the deal for Beast unless Vaughn makes a move in these final couple hundred of feet. Vaughn outside, Patrono, help coming now. Patrono inside, contact made, backs out. It looks like Beast will be the winner of stage number 2 at Daytona.
And that is the caution.
Yellow flag flies for the 4th time today.
The crazy final 2 laps. Max Blugio spinning. Nappa completely just losing it in turn number 1. That's going to end up with Beast being your winner of stage number 2. We got a Toyota winning stage 1, a Chevy winning stage 2. Do you think we could see a Ford winning the race?
It's definitely a possibility. Was that Rich? Alright, it's It's definitely a possibility here, Daytona. We've seen both of the other manufacturers now find success. Is it finally time for a Ford to shine now with 30 laps remaining in the Daytona 150? We'll have to see. As Beast, Stage 2 winner, he will get 3 points, Slam Door 2, and Patrono 1. And pits are open. And once again, hearing on the radio, EJ Designs, y'all need to commit to lanes. Y'all can't work together. Lots of frustration from this number 11 who's trying to make a move. He's trying to get himself in position for the Daytona 150. And is that Rich staying out? The entire field, but Rich, I believe, just entered pit road.
And there's also Storm staying out, I think. Because didn't you say Red was supposed to switch with Rich this caution?
He
Oh,
was,
Patrono
but
is.
and Patrono completely sideways in his stall. And I don't know what has happened. And a terrible stop for EJ getting stuck behind DB. A messy pit road. And I don't know who got that out of Beast and Vaughn. But it looks like Beast is going to concede that position. Wow. And it has been confirmed Red will not be swapping with Rich. Rich is going to finish the Daytona 150. Red's internet is not having it today.
Rich finally gets some luck here at Daytona. I was just talking about how bad his luck was just a few laps before, but this pit cycle and the absolute mess that was pit road has bring him to the first position. Storm second, Karinga third, Napa fourth, Aiden fifth, Vaughn subbing for Real. This will be the first Daytona 150, been mentioned before, that Real will not make. Behind, so Vaughn helping out a teammate there. Behind Vaughn is Beast. Behind Beast is Carter. Behind Carter is Slam Door, Ethan, Kirby, Patrono, DB, and lastly, Max Bogia.
Now coming back to the green flag to start to start the final stage here in Daytona. Green flag's back out for Rich in the 88.
Nighttime has dawned upon here at Daytona. We are pretty much nearly fully under the lights. The sun has gone down, the moon comes up. Rich is the current race leader. Karinga just made a pass on Storm. Here comes big shove from Vaughn. Karinga now to the back bumper of Rich.
And I just want to talk about how Max Bugio, he just has not been able to catch a break all race, and pretty much for all of preseason. It's just
Whoa, there we go. And one car around in the back is Patrono. He manages to save it and race down pit road at full speed as Carter goes to fix his speed, which has been a problem for him all race long. Down into turn number 1 now. Rich, I believe, continues to lead, with help from his IR Motorsports teammates of Corn Vaughn, but Vaughn makes a mistake, and that allows Beast to get to the inside. That's one less IR Motorsports car for the rest of the field to worry about. Vaughn dropping back.
Shades of Dave Blaney, what he did in the early 2000s at Daytona, which is what Carter and Patrono just did, fully sent it through the pit road. Carter, tried to get past DB, had to back out there, nearly another victim to a spin. Keeps that car straight. Max making it work in the middle. A big shove by Vaughn. Look at Vaughn empowering that number 31 machine to the front now.
These cars are getting really loose and squirrely in the turns here. I just don't know what that is. And it's happened to a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's that track surface just starting to wear out, starting to get more rough, starting to get a little less grippy, and that's starting to mess with the ability of these cars to stay straight, because we've seen progressively now the cars are getting sideways more and more here.
Max
And now,
Balloon to the lead.
does this racing look familiar? It sure does. This is kind of exactly what we saw in stage 1. Outside pretty dominant, but the inside was more dominant. You see Vaughn coming down there to join Karinga. Karinga with no drafting help. The nearest car is about 4 car lengths back. That is Rich in the 88.
Siren
And
Motorsports
there's-
cars are going to try and probably get clear here through turn 1. Vaughn probably going to then move up and try and block that outside lane if I predict it here. No, he's going to stick with his IR teammates of Core and Rich. IR Motorsports linked up 1, 2, 3 on the inside. That's Max Bellugio on the outside. And look at the inside lane here in Daytona. Huge surge.
Max just barely charged ahead of Vaughn there. He just needs more drafting help from the cars behind him, but it doesn't look like it will come at it will come at this time. But Vaughn just joined that outside lane, gave them a little boost. Now Vaughn is nearly there.
As Vaughn trying to keep control of this top lane, which just is not working out right now. The inside is so powerful. Look at DB, allies to the IR Motorsports guys of Core and Rich there with them. And then a slide job Danny Carr in Beast, who started second in this race. He's been up front all day. Where'd Carter come from in the 80? As he picks up Vaughn in the 48, who is going to slot into 6th in line now on the inside, and it's almost entirely now an inside lane train here, and right as we say that, look at that, 4 wide for the lead here in Daytona. Look at DB going for it.
And Crimson, you know what I've noticed? It's been that inside line that's been pretty dominant all race, but that hasn't been said the same for most of the speed weeks, the duels 1 and 2, qualifying. That outside line was the way to go, but now that we have a full field here at Daytona, we're just not seeing that. 3 wide, 3 rows deep.
Now 4, 3, and almost sideways there was Storm. He manages to save it as you look back up front. Look at EJ third on the inside line, and that inside's just getting trained by the middle. There's Beast now to the point here in Daytona.
Now
Beast.
Napa trying to work that middle line. He has drafting help from Aiden. Aiden with drafting help from Slamdor. They're still holding pretty strong there, but now falling back as the inside charges ahead.
Look at this, racing 3 wide, 2 rows deep, almost 3 rows deep, as the inside surges ahead. Holy crap. Huge runs, and we see this in real life with the next-gen car, as I struggle to figure out who to watch. We see this in real life with the next-gen car. Runs appear out of nowhere, and there we go! Sideways, wrecking, that's DB and Carter!
Number 3 and 4.
Caution is out, as 2 cars,
Wonderwall
DB
was
and
won.
Vaughn around. Carter's still sideways.
It's a big one.
Whoa, more cars! Still wrecking.
EJ hard in the wall.
And there's Rich on the top getting wrecked. Oh no! And the field is in shambles. Who is even leading this?
It is a garbage dump here at Daytona. From 3 wide to wrecking.
The entire field wrecked for about half a lap there. And the race back is complete. Beast wins the race back. And would you look at that? That put Chevrolet in the top 3 positions. All that chaos. Wow.
Well, what happened there on lap 38? I have it here. Now, everything's normal coming off of turn 4. Normal, up until... Am I in the wrong part? Give me a second, guys.
I do not even know what we just watched. That was crazy.
All right. Well, I have the rec loaded up
It's
here.
open.
Let's take a deep dive into this. So, coming into turn 1, lap number 39, Now I don't have a good camera angle here. Crimson switches at the right time. Thank you, Crimson. You see the race leader Beast slides way up the racetrack coming into turn 1. Max follows. Now, Max Lugio makes contact with Beast, puts everyone down the racetrack, including DB. DB comes down into Carter. They both start spinning. They both also come back up into the field, and I'm pretty sure you know what happens after that.
Now, are we going to see the field come into pit? It looks like we will. Now, this is an interesting time, because the field run is estimated to be about 20 laps, but are we really going to see the field able to stretch a full 20 laps here, pitting on lap 40 of 60 in Daytona? I doubt it. I think we're going to see another caution. We're going to see the field come into pit again here. This is just a little bit too early for comfort, because 20 laps is sometimes pushing it here in Daytona. I wouldn't do this. But
3
let's
cars
see.
just slammed into each other on pit road. Carter out of his stall, Patrono not in his stall either, nor is Beast in his stall. So that will probably be penalties for all 3 of them. What a mess on the exit of pit road.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Kirby is the one car who did not come into pit. Yes, he did not come into pit. He's planning on another caution and then pitting then, because he can't make it on his current amount of fuel with currently 20 laps to go in Daytona. But we'll see what happens, but that gave him the lead. That gave him control. These are valuable laps. He's going for that MLL bonus.
Interesting call by that number 60 machine of Kirby. Reminds me of what he did in duel number 2 just last week. But the difference is that it's back then it was about I believe an 8-car field, was it? I don't know, but all I know is that it will be, if he is planning to run that strategy again, it will be very difficult with a full field of 14 cars.
Yeah, for sure. Now, green, this time here in Daytona, Kirby has control over the restart. Let's see if the field can clean it up here. With 20 laps to go in the race, coming to 19. Coming to the green flag, Kirby control car. That's Max Blugio and Carter behind. Green flag's back out here in Daytona. Let's go.
Great start by that top 3.
Down into turn 1, up to speed. And look at these inputs on Kirby. Anyone else following? Let's take a look at Napa. We're seeing the same thing from Napa.
What a push! Max Blugio got a huge shove by Carter, which bring him to the race lead by about a car length, now about to be 2 car lengths as Kirby struggles on the outside line with no drafting help. Storm is the only one up there besides Kirby, so he could be the one to do it, but here comes Slam Door.
And Carter finally gets back up front after being involved in pretty much every single wreck, which I was trying to mention a few laps ago. He pushes Max Blugio out of the tri-oval here. Patrono up into 3rd. Some cars down on the apron back there. They're going to get back up to the inside line. Max Blugio leads them into turn number 1. And they're still single file 3 wide further back.
Now, one car we haven't talked about or seen in quite a while is that number 11 machine of Ethan J Designs. Did good in stage 1, actually won the first stage, although was involved in the big one just a few minutes ago. But a big, good recovery by that number 11 team and machine. He's making his way up to the 4th and ready to get back up to the front again.
Further back, Patrono on that outside line. We got 4 cars up there. And Patrono gonna dive back down. Flame Door now heads to the outside. Max Blugio still leads. I believe Kirby's still in the lead pack. He hasn't lost the draft. As here we go, Carter is gonna get back to the lead. I believe if he can get the push here, yes. Vaughn with a massive shove to the back of the 31. He didn't actually give the shove.
Carter was drafting help from not Vaughn, I'm sorry. Carter was drafting help from Core. Core was drafting help from Kirby. But take a look at that outside line. That's Max Blugio leading it, with drafting help from Vaughn, EJ, Slam Door, and Napa. That outside line is really a big contender for the race lead and the race win here at Daytona. Look out for them in these closing laps.
Yeah, and we saw there Vaughn move down to block Carter and steal that inside line, but that didn't work out too well. Max Blugio, EJ Designs, they slot down as well after clearing the inside. Look at Vaughn going back up high trying to make something work, but nobody wants to go with him. Not even his teammate Core.
Now
Max Blue.
they're single file once again. Vaughn, a big, dropping like a rock on the outside line there. It's really a game of who wants to come out first, and play hide and seek. That looks like it will be Slam Door, not successful. He'll have to join back on that inside line. Look at Max Blugio up front though. Ethan makes the move, and just barely the race leader with drafting help from Carter.
And Ethan is going to go to the lead. Hope from Carter on the inside. Core's gonna go up the middle, pushes Max Blugio up the outside. And Kirby's gonna try to go to the middle. Is he gonna get it done? No, he's gonna stay on that inside line. They head off a turn number 2 down the back stretch. Carter to the outside. And he's gonna drop back with a push from Core, though. He's gonna get back to the lead.
What a big contact by Carter to Ethan. Also an aggressive move, but that move came at no cost. It brought Carter to the race lead. Carter is locked in for these closing laps. Fell back really hard mid-race, lap 20 to 30, but is really making a rebound here at Daytona.
Yeah,
And
look
they
at
head-
Napa now leading the outside lane as Max Blugio slides up, and slowly it looks like the top is gathering more cars, but they're not all in a line yet. They're still working on getting each other figured out, and that allows the inside lane to take back control as Carter in the 80 continues to lead the Daytona 150. Look at Core behind him, EJ behind him, Kirby now getting to the inside of the 11.
I don't think Kirby can make it, because you said before that Kirby couldn't. As Carter still leads. That's going to be Ethan on his outside. He pushes him up to the wall now on the inside. And Napa's going to give him a push. So now mostly back on the inside.
Ethan falling like a rock on that outside line. Had a great
Back out,
one.
Beast.
Good
Thank
one.
you.
Spinning. That's Rich.
Saves it. No,
Whoa!
he does not save it. The car's around.
They're spinning again. That's Beast.
One.
Caution's
More
out.
spinning. That
Whoa!
will bring- oh my god, on the wall. Vaughn on the wall. Shades of Chase Elliott at Talladega in 2017. What a wild ride for that number 48 machine. On the wall.
They're still wrecking. We got Napa almost completely around. Kirby leads 3 wide further back. And yeah, we're gonna see. We got one spinning. I believe that's Ethan. It's purple cars, so they're gonna come through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Kirby will win the race back.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Might be a bit early to be saying that. Here comes Carter in the 80. He's gonna squeeze by. Carter wins the race back. Season 2 PRA champion, showing that he still has it here in Daytona. That's the 80 of Carter now.
He does have the fastest car as shown in qualifying. The reason he hasn't been up front is because he was in I think he was in every wreck before that one.
Well, I have the replay of what happened, like I have with every wreck. Okay. I'm showing a little bit of a concern for that number 88 machine of Rich. You see a lot of drivers complaining about him on the radio. And for me, he was, again, the culprit and the factor and basically the reason of this wreck. So I don't have a good camera angle here, but Rich is spinning mid-pack, makes contact with, I believe that is Slam Door. Now, Rich, nobody's making contact with him, but I guess, I don't know, something happened. Rich turns left hard. He takes a hard left down the racetrack, slams it into Storm and Beast. They go spinning in the grass, and it's, yeah.
As most likely the final pit stops of the day being made right now. Any takers? Looks like Core's going to be the first taker. Two cars stay out. That's Patrono and Beast. They are going to gain position. But Core, Aiden, Ethan, DB, Storm, and Vaughn, I believe, all going to head down pit road and get some more fuel to prepare for what could be an insane finish.
I don't know Kirby's strategy here because he just stayed out, and he has. I probably shouldn't say how much fuel he has.
Well, here's
Core
the
first
thing
out of pit
now.
road.
At the last caution, he had that he stayed out and took the lead. He had around 57 liters left. He's run quite a lot since then. I'm wondering if he can maybe do what we think he can't here.
Well, fuel is now coming into the conversation here at Daytona, something that is not very fond, especially at super speedways here. We save fuel for the intermediates. We save fuel for the short tracks. That's not really something you, first of all, want to see at Daytona, and second of all, is really common to see. But with this next gen car, in real life, it's pretty common for fuel to be up to the job at Daytona.
Here as green this time. Here Carter will be the control car. Potentially we could see an overtime. We don't know, and fuel's not something you want to be worrying about if we get to that overtime.
Carter makes his way to the Crimson Designs restart zone. Our pole sitter, our shining star in the sky, leads us to the green flag.
10 laps to go in Daytona. It's now or never.
They enter turn number 1 here. Carter got a pretty good jump there. Slam door might give him the push. No, he's just not far enough up here as they're going to exit turn number 2. Single file mostly throughout the pack. We got some too wide back there.
As it's still mostly single file here as we get up to speed and draft still gets going here in Daytona. With 10 laps to go now, coming to 9. Season 2 champion Carter continues to lead here in Daytona down the front straightaway. And to the line, 9 laps to go for Uno Racing.
Well, Crimson, that doesn't mean that Carter is free of his worries. He still has just about big car spinning in the back right there. Carter has just about 8 laps more of
They've all migrated to the top here.
And we've seen the top get ran before in a train before at the super speedways. Think to Season 1 Talladega. Think to the Folds of Honor 125 here in Daytona last season. The top was very... Whoa! And there we go! That's Patrono around! In front of the field! 2 cars make that 1. No! 2 as Aiden slides. And that is going to be no caution since he did save it and it's a 1 car.
We will stay green here at Daytona. Well, that looks like it will be the end for Patrono, unless there will be a yellow in these final 7 laps, which I'm not doubtful of. So, it may not be over for Patrono here at Daytona. Spinning!
Door. Oh, it's gonna collect the 80th
That's Carter, our pole sitter!
No, he saves it.
Keeps it straight. That's another victim. Slam door backwards on the racetrack. Doing everything he can to keep that car straight in the wall. That may be it.
Unless
And
there's a
they head
caution
off.
still, which could happen, but the less cars there are in the pack, the less likely it is. And that's 2 cars now that have just been completely knocked out of this pack as Napa continues to lead here in Daytona with, would you look at that, the Savage Motorsports cars of DB and Storm have found their way up to the front.
On the
It's-
radio, Slam Door, pray for a caution. So, yeah, Slam Door really, I can feel his pain here. Slam Door really a good contender, was a good contender for that Daytona 150, but unless a yellow comes out, which he is praying for, it just won't be meant.
I do think we could see a yellow here in these closing laps. It's Daytona, and we got somebody sliding. That's Rich. He's sliding on the apron. He's still going. And there he
Spinning
goes.
goes Rich, and that will be it.
And that was a long struggle to keep it straight, but it just ended right there. And he even hits the limiter, so we'll have to hit the exit limiter. That's not good for Rich.
One
And,
by one, these drivers fall. It's like dominoes here in the closing laps at Daytona. Napa, the race leader, his Uno teammate Beast behind him. DB also looking to take that race lead. Big contact to the apron. More contact. Carter being drove down the apron big time
Back out
here.
if you're under.
More contact. No. Keep it. Keep it straight. Wow.
Please
And
back out if you're under, guys.
I think we could see a caution here. Even though there's less cars in the pack, nobody wants to take their foot off the gas here at Daytona. It's the closing laps. There's 5 laps to go now as they hit the line, and it's a train on the inside, but everybody's gonna try to go for every move they can when it gets to 2 to go in the last lap. So I think we might see a caution.
Well, guys, yes, I do agree with you, Ally. I am 100% not doubtful of a caution in these closing 5 laps. We saw a near miss with Ethan. I don't know if you guys saw that, but nearly lost control of his race car off of turn 4 just about 2 laps ago. You saw Rich take his bow in his farewell. You saw Patrono take his bow in his farewell, and you also saw Slam Door say farewell, so, yeah.
4 laps to go now here at Daytona, and nobody's trying to pass Napa. I think they're just all saving their stuff for the last lap as Ethan now is stuck in the second lane. He's gonna drop back, and he can't even get back into the inside. Now he's gonna drop all the way
that 11 machine.
to push him.
As
Try-
Napa continues to control the line here in Daytona into turn number 3. He has his he has pretty much his twin there in Beast, the other Uno car, but he just slid up, and that opens the door for Karinga in the 24, making the move to the inside lane to take the lead here, coming to 3 laps to go in Daytona.
Corb used his front bumper like he's been using it all speed weeks, and it looks like it's came to a good use in the most important time. He still has Max Blugio to worry about, as well as the rest of the field, and they are getting real squirrely with 3 laps to go at the World Center of Racing. Here comes help from Max Blugio.
And Kohler had a pretty good breakaway there, but he fell back due to the draft. And Max Blugio, he's going to get to the inside. Max Blugio's a shot at this as they come to 2 laps to go.
It will be 2 to go once they cross the line, this time by Max with drafting help from Carter. Carter with drafting help from Ethan. Will Ethan jump out? Will he stay in line? It's unpredictable here at Daytona. 2 laps to go.
This is getting exciting. Max Blugio, he's a rookie. This is his first race, and he's in the lead with 2 to go. But the champion, Carter, he's fighting for his first Daytona 150 and what could potentially be his last shot. There's the rookie of Ethan. Here comes Vaughn in the 48. He's already won in Daytona once in the Folds of Honor 125 here with 1.5 laps to go here in Daytona.
And Ethan is pushing like he's never pushed before. Back to the back bumper of that number 80 of Carter nearly wrecked him as well, as you saw. He put him on the apron. He put him up the racetrack. Here comes Carter on the apron.
Carter
He
needs
has
to
to
back
back
out.
out as well.
And they
It will
come
be
to the
one lap to go, this time by
White flag presented
Max
by
Blugio
Debit
takes
2
it.
Bank for Max Blugio. 2.5 miles left here in Daytona. Who's gonna get it? Max is in the lead. Here comes Storm in the 74 trying to make the outside lane work. There's nothing. Max Blugio still in the lead. Here, now coming to half a lap to go. Here's Rich now in the 88. He's staying on the apron for the lead pack. Here comes Kirby in the 60. Vaughn in the 48 down the back straightaway. Half a lap to go here, down into turn number 3 for Max Blugio in the 31. A rookie sensation here in Daytona, and Max Blugio out of turn 4 unless Vaughn can do anything. Vaughn's trying it, but it's not gonna be enough. They wreck behind, and Max Blugio wins in his first ever start in the Peak Racing Association.
as they wreck behind them.
Max Blugio, as a rookie, has won the Daytona 150. This is history.
Oh my goodness.
And a heartbreak for Vaughn. One position short. He tried to get it done for real. An incredible job to Ethan P3 in his first start. But Max Blugio just made history. Max Blugio, stop at the start-finish line. Everyone else head down pit road, stop in your pit boxes. We will have interviews. Incredible. For Slide Job Danny Racing, the 31 gets it done. Go ahead and stop behind the start-finish line, Max. Wow.
I had money on EJ.
Alright, wow. As we'll set up for Max to burn it down here in Daytona. Max Blugio in his first ever Peak Racing Association points start is a Daytona 150 champion. Take a look at that. And then let me go to Explorer. I'll tell you when, Max. Wow, incredible.
Ooh. Got a stretch after that one. Holy. What a race.
Go ahead and accelerate, turn across the line, then stop. Accelerate across the line, then stop. Fully across. There you go. And Max Blugio, just curious, are you able to get an interview or no? No. Okay, all good. All right, there we go. And Max Blugio, go crazy! Where are you going? Where is bro going?
Home. You want to go home.
An incredible start to Season 5. Alright, go ahead and head to Victory Lane, Max, and then just wait and we'll get pictures of you at the end. All right, let's get some interviews in, shall we? How about we start with an interview for second place, Vaughn. I think that's a good way to start it off here. Anywho, Vaughn, you just came one position short of the Daytona 150. How do you feel?
Uh, I'm not mad. I'm pretty upset. We can never win these, damn season openers. But at least I get to sleep tonight. Knowing I had a chance to win. But just one spot short. It was good all day. Stay in the back, do what I wanted to do, and finish good. So I'm happy.
Of course, a great day. You subbing for real. Do you think this sets you up for a great remainder of season 5, hopefully in your own car? Do you think this performance has boosted your confidence, or are you just disappointed you wanted more? How do you think this is going to affect the rest of season 5 here?
Uh, you know, uh, um, I really don't know. But it was a good race. I enjoyed it a lot. But I'm just ready to go to the intermediates. So yeah, so I can show my real skill at those tracks. But overall, it was a good race. I'm happy for Max Blue Geo. I know him. Me and him are good buddies. So you know, happy for him. But yeah, I enjoy the race.
All right. Sorry. And of course, all right then. Well, thank you for your time, Vaughn, and I hope to see more of you, hopefully in your own car in Las Vegas. Thanks for your time. All right then. On to next interview. How about we interview EJ Designs, who finished third in his first ever Daytona 150. Hey Ethan, how you doing?
Just a little mad. Couldn't really work together in lanes the way I wanted to. It's just like, whenever like a lane or like whenever like someone goes outside and nobody goes with them, and like the people that want to can't because nobody else will go with them. So it's just something about the racing, this package. I'm sort of like it. I'm not really, but I'd say that was pretty good day for me. Stage 1 winner, 6th or 5th in stage 2, and 3rd in the last stage. So I'm pretty happy with my finish, I'd say.
Yeah, of course, third place for your team, third place for you. How does this? Would you think this is a confidence boost for you heading into the rest of season 5?
I can't really say. I mean, sure, but it's Daytona. It's one of the big tracks, more of a it's more of a changed track. Like there is some strategy, but I'd say like I don't really have an answer. I'd say after Vegas, I'll definitely have a definite answer for that. But I guess you would say that does give me a little confidence for the rest of the season.
All right then. Well, congratulations on the podium finish for you, Ethan, and hope to see more of you in the future. Thanks for your time.
All right, yeah.
And let's get one more interview out of those who haven't been interviewed and aren't the winner. Actually, we'll get 2 more since Max Bligio won't be interviewed. Alright, we'll get Core and Storm. We'll start with Storm in the 74. And hello Storm, how you doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty mad. But honestly, I can't be too mad with how I finished because of how I was running. But pretty mad at other drivers. So,
Yeah, of course, lots of frustration in the paddock following. Really? lots of frustration in the paddock following the Daytona 150, especially regarding communication issues. I do want to know, what's your stance on that after this race? How do you feel about the current communication scheme in PRA? And do you think that needs to be changed for the next Super Speedway to potentially boost your performance, boost others' performance, and boost organization? We saw a lot more cautions than in the past today.
I do think that more organized talking between everyone would be better. I did have a little call going with my friends this race, a couple of the other drivers. So we had a little bit of communication, but you know, with the entire field would be really nice.
All right then. Well, where'd you finish again? Mid pack, back.
10th.
P10. How do you
Crimson.
feel like this is going to boost your confidence?
Maybe-
Send it in broadcast crew. Euro. Continue, Storm.
I don't know if I'm gonna figure out what's giving me all these issues, but I'm gonna. It won't bring down my confidence too much if that's like kind of what I'm trying to get at. There's still obviously some confidence was diminished from performance today, but I can just put it in the past and move on.
Alright then. Well, thank you for your time, Storm. And have a good rest of your night. See you in a week or two at Las Vegas. I still need to get that figured out schedule-wise. Alright, see you. What did you just say? Okay, I'll interview you after core. Alright, let's interview one of the other IR Motorsports entries here from tonight's Daytona 150 core. And let's see. Hello, core. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing great, to say the least.
Well, overall, an up and down day for you and your number 24 Ipiranga Chevrolet Camaro here today. What's your general thought process following, I believe, your first Daytona 150?
Just really tragic, honestly. That whole last lap. Coming to the white flag, I was actually pretty close to up front, and then a big shove from the back of the pack just shoved me all the way up, and since everyone trained, I had to fall all the way to last. So that whole last lap was just me trying to gain back all the time I lost, which wasn't enough to get to winning position, unfortunately. So I finished P7 after a very, yeah, like you said, up and down day. Really just tragic, honestly. Could have been a better finish, but I'm glad I still got somewhat decent points after that last lap sequence.
And of course, mid-pack, and this, of course, isn't the only time that there has been some variety of heartbreak for you in PRA. It's happened quite a few times for you, if I am remembering my information. How
Yeah,
are you
Dover.
like, how do you want to, how are you going to take what you learned today and use that for the next super speedway type event, that being at Atlanta later this season?
Just really just try to stay where there's more where more momentum is, because you just gotta, if there's just a whole train of cars on the inside, you can't risk really pulling out. But if there's two lanes, then you can maybe try to go the inside and then set up on the outside. Also, I think just, I don't know, I feel like just gotta get better restarts, kind of get myself up there quicker. But not much I think I can do differently other than that.
Alright then. Sorry. I'm tired. What an exciting day it's been. Well, thank you for your time, Core, and hope to see more of you in Season 5.
Alright, thank you.
And for the last interview of the night before we head out, let's interview driver of the number 73 for Savage Motorsports, DB, who I believe, if I remember correctly, had once again a disappointing super speedway performance. Actually, he's not even in the VC anymore. Never mind. With that, we will end it then.
Wait, Crimson. My interview.
Your interview? You want to? Huh? What? Confused.
Yeah.
You want to interview someone? Out of.
No. I want no.
You want
No,
an
we
interview?
can
Oh,
talk
like
less,
as.
yeah.
Like a team owner.
Yeah.
That's sure. Well, Euro, your one driver here today in Daytona finished third in his first start. How do you feel as a team owner?
I'm proud of my driver, though I do feel more anger than pride right now. It was a pretty exciting race, but I really feel like we could have gotten that race win. We had a strong number 11 car today. Obviously without his teammate, it was a little there was an extra burden on him, but other than that, I am proud of him, and we'll get it next week at where are we going? Las Vegas.
Yep, Las Vegas. Alright then. Well, as a team owner, how are you going to take what you learned here today as the owner of a new team, Accelerate Racing? How are you going to take what you learned and improve on that next week at Las Vegas, the next Super Speedway in Atlanta? How are you going to take what you learned today, improve your team strategy, your team communication, hopefully get both of your cars to show up next weekend?
We will get both of our cars to show up next weekend. I'll treat Buff the same way I do EJ. I'll give him words of encouragement, help him out and stuff. You know the whole thing, but I think we'll do fine in these coming weeks. Maybe a win or two.
All right then. Well, thank you for your time, Euro, and hope to see more of your new team through Season 5.
Thank you.
And with all of that out of the way, that's about all we have time for here in the Daytona International Speedway. Thank you for tuning in to the 2025 running of the Daytona 150. I'm Crimson Zitzo, your host, and I'll see you in a matter of either a week or two. I'm still trying to get that scheduling figured out. Without any further to go, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for the Air Force 200 at Las Vegas.